My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Cube World is one of the most disappointing games I have played in 2019. In all fairness, it didn't have to come out. The creator could have just kept it in the state of vaporware that it was in. Instead, he decided to release a game that is like hugging a cactus. It's fun until you realize that it has prickly spikes that are puncturing your skin. The game began development around mid-2011, but nothing majorly occurred until the famous alpha release in 2013. He then began to go silent for around 6 years, just to come back later to reveal a hot mess. The poor guy has already had enough hate directed his way, but this does not excuse the objective flaws with this game.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
When I first heard this, I thought it just meant that you couldn't play with others from different countries. I was quickly corrected that this was referring to a gameplay feature. I'll just read what the official website says. Equipment is bound to the land where it is found, with the exception of Plus Gear, which is still useful in neighboring lands. Your existing gear is weak in other lands, and you need to start collecting gear again. This is one of the major selling points: a lack of a progression system. One of my favorite parts of RPG games is the development of the character. The sense of getting stronger makes the journey feel worth it. This feels like all the work you have done in a region is seemingly pointless. I understand what they are going for, and admittedly, it sounds pretty neat on paper. The execution, however, was poorly done. It feels as smooth as a sandpaper bandage. Whenever transitioning with, for example, a boat, if you travel over the border, the boat will disappear. It'll just straight up disappear. When it first happened to me, it was rather jarring. I wish I had been recording when it happened, but you'll just have to believe me. The lack of a progression system, though, wouldn't be so bad if difficulty was handled well. Everything is deadly in Cube. A puff of wind can knock you over. Even the lowest level enemies can kill you in a few hits. Enemies drop so little gold, it is debatable whether they are worth fighting or not. Any damage protection from armor is negligible. Also, enemies of any level spawn anywhere. For example, I created a new character, and I spawn next to level 3 enemies. I can't even damage. I had to lead it to another NPC to even kill it. Also, the leveling system does not work like traditional RPGs. It's based upon artifacts, which are basically just small buffs that really don't do much. And when you level up, it doesn't increase any of your stats. So it's completely pointless. I don't know how they messed it up that bad. Cube World lacks an interesting world. There is very little variety in environments, and everything just looks the same. In Cube World, there's a lot of small gripes I have. Firstly, the hang glider. It is rather confusing. If you even slightly tap in a different direction, you have the chance of spinning out of control and just crashing, which will stun you and leave you open to enemy attacks. Which, that is a very large problem in my opinion, but it could also be due to, could also be an error on my part. There are also some positives with Cube World. The graphics, they're simplistic yet beautiful. And the music, although generic, is rather pleasant. And now for the final score of this review.
Bye.